The formidable Assyrian Empire marched. King Sennacherib led his vast army. Judah faced a devastating invasion. Jerusalem, the capital, was their target. The siege began, walls surrounded. Assyrian soldiers, countless and fierce. Rabshakeh, the commander, stood before the city. His voice boomed, mocking the defenders. He taunted Jerusalem's people. Their God, he claimed, was powerless. Other nations' gods had failed. Jerusalem's God would also fail, he declared. Fear gripped the city's inhabitants. King Hezekiah heard the taunts. Overwhelming military might pressed in. Capitulation seemed inevitable to many, but Hezekiah chose a different path. He sought divine intervention. The king entered the sacred temple. He knelt before the altar. His heart poured out in fervent prayer. He begged for God's protection. Jerusalem's fate rested on faith. God heard Hezekiah's plea. The prophet Isaiah received a message. Isaiah sought out the king. A message of hope was delivered. God's words brought solace. The Assyrian army would not breach the walls. Jerusalem would be defended. A power far greater than any army. Divine assurance filled the air. Hezekiah's faith was affirmed. The stage was set for the extraordinary, defying all military logic. Human expectation would be shattered. The siege continued. Tension mounted. Assyrian banners flew high. Jerusalem's defenders watched nervously. Hezekiah stood firm, trusting God. The city's gates remained closed. A silent vigil through the night. Anticipation hung heavy in the air. The promise of deliverance resonated. God's word, a beacon of hope. The unseen hand was at work, awaiting the dawn and God's power. The city held its breath. Darkness enveloped the Assyrian camp. Soldiers slept, unaware of impending doom. A supernatural presence descended silently. The angel of the Lord moved through tents. A silent, chilling force swept through. No alarms, no cries, just a passing shadow. Death's touch, swift and invisible. 185,000 fell. The vast army lay still, lifeless. Morning light crept over the hills. Jerusalem's watchmen peered out. A scene of utter devastation unfolded. Night fell over the Assyrian camp, a chilling silence descending. Fires flickered, casting long, dancing shadows. Assyrian soldiers slept, confident in their overwhelming numbers. Jerusalem's walls stood dark, a silent vigil. A subtle shift in the air, a cold breath, an unseen presence began to stir. The angel of the Lord descended, cloaked in divine power. No sound, no warning, only an ethereal glow. It moved through the sleeping camp, swift and silent. A wave of inexplicable dread washed over the land. One by one, soldiers stirred, then fell still. Their breath caught, their hearts ceased. A silent, invisible force claimed them. Tents stood undisturbed, but life within them vanished. The angel's work was precise, devastating. No struggle, no cry, just sudden, profound stillness. The numbers grew, an unimaginable toll. 185,000 souls extinguished in the night. The moon cast its pale light on the silent massacre. Dawn approached, painting the sky with soft hues. First rays touched the Assyrian camp. A lone sentry awoke, shivering. He called out, but no one answered. An eerie quiet hung heavy in the air. He peered into a nearby tent, his eyes widening. Soldiers lay motionless, their faces frozen. No wounds, no blood, just death. Panic seized him. He stumbled backward. He ran, screaming, through the camp. Other soldiers awoke, rubbing their eyes. They saw the horror, the vast stillness. Bodies, countless bodies, filled the camp. King Sennacherib's tent was approached cautiously. His guards lay dead outside. He emerged, his face pale with shock. He surveyed the devastation, his empire shattered, his invincible army now a field of corpses. His boasts, his power, turned to dust. He understood. This was divine retribution. No human army could inflict such a blow. His pride crumbled, replaced by terror. The siege was broken, not by sword, but by spirit. Sennacherib gave the order, retreat. The remaining Assyrians fled in disarray. Jerusalem watched them go. Stunned silence. Hezekiah received the news, tears in his eyes. God had delivered on his promise. Jerusalem was saved by divine hand alone, a testament to faith, a miracle witnessed. The power of God undeniably manifest. Sennacherib returned to Assyria, disgraced, his reign forever marked by this defeat. The event solidified Hezekiah's unwavering faith, a story passed down through generations. God's protective power, eternally remembered. Jerusalem stood, a beacon of divine grace. The city's deliverance, a historical marvel. No human strength could compare. An indelible mark on the annals of time. Divine intervention, a powerful, undeniable truth.